I didn't believe in ghosts. Never. Not for a second. That is, until the night my microwave beeped at 3 in the morning. Even though I hadn't used it. I lay frozen in bed, my eyes glued to the glowing red numbers on the clock. 3 a.m., of course it was. Every single horror story, every creepy Reddit thread had basically trained me for this exact moment. So, what did I do? I grabbed my phone, of course, and opened the camera because apparently the modern human instinct is to record your own demise for posthumous social media clout. I aimed the phone into the darkness of my room and whispered, my voice trembling, "Okay, if there's a ghost here, give me a sign." And you know what? It worked. The lights flickered violently. The air in the room instantly dropped by what felt like 10 degrees, sending a shiver right down my spine. Then, my bedroom door, which I had definitely closed, slowly, deliberately creaked open. A shadow stretched across the floorboards, long and distorted and completely unnatural, crawling its way toward my bed. I held my breath, my heart hammering against my ribs. I could feel a presence behind me, a cold breath, like someone had just opened a freezer, brushed against the back of my neck. Then a voice whispered right into my ear. "Wow, you picked now," I screamed. I mean, a full-on horror movie lung-busting scream. And then the ghost screamed even louder. "Why are you screaming?" it yelled, its voice surprisingly solid. "Why are you here?" I screamed back, scrambling off the bed so fast I tripped over a pile of my own dirty laundry and landed in a heap on the floor. Suddenly, the lights flicked on, blinding me. Standing in the middle of my room was a man. Well, a translucent man, glowing with a faint blue light, wearing some kind of old-fashioned suit. He was holding a bunch of chains that were hopelessly tangled around his ankles, and he didn't look evil or menacing. He just looked annoyed. "I literally had a schedule," he said, gesturing around my room with a ghostly hand. "You're not on it." I just stared, blinking. You can talk." Obviously, he snapped back, sounding exasperated. "How else are we supposed to threaten people? Smoke signals." He bent down, grumbling to himself as he struggled to untangle the chains. One of them clanged loudly against the floor. I whispered instinctively, "You'll wake the neighbors." He stopped what he was doing and just stared at me, dumbfounded. "You invited a ghost into your apartment at 3 in the morning, and you're worried I'm the problem. Okay, he had a fair point. What do you want?" I asked, slowly getting to my feet. He let out a long, dramatic sigh. "I was supposed to haunt the guy next door. Real jerk, never returns his shopping carts. Total menace. But his Wi-Fi was down, so I came over here to recharge. I was so confused." "Recharge?" He pointed a translucent finger toward the wall socket next to my desk. "Ectoplasmic deficiency. It's a real pain. Happens with age." And then I watched, completely speechless, as this ghost casually floated over to the wall and plugged himself into the outlet. The air in the room started to buzz softly, like an old appliance. This is completely insane, I muttered to myself. Buddy, the ghost said, not even looking at me, I died in 1893 from dysentery. Trust me, this is not the weirdest thing happening tonight. Just as he said that, the microwave beeped again. We both turned our heads toward the kitchen. The ghost squinted, a look of confusion on his face. That wasn't me. My stomach dropped. A cold dread, colder than the ghost's breath, washed over me. What do you mean that wasn't you? And then the baby monitor on my dresser crackled to life. But I don't have a baby. A distorted, guttural voice whispered through the static. He's in the wrong apartment. The ghost gasped, like a genuine, terrified gasp. Oh no, what? I asked, my voice barely a whisper. What is it? Oh no, that's not good. That is really not good. And then the lights went out. Total darkness. Something heavy started dragging itself across the ceiling above me. A slow, wet, deliberate sound. Scrape. Drip. I was so terrified I couldn't even scream anymore. I just scrambled over and clutched the ghost's arm. Do something. He was panicking too. I can't, I'm just a level 2 haunt. A shadow started to peel itself down the wall, separating from the darkness. It was tall, twisted, with far too many joints moving in ways they shouldn't. And then it smiled. A wide, toothy, impossible smile. My ghost friend, my only line of defense, stepped forward. He cleared his throat, straightened his spectral tie, and said, in the most formal voice I'd ever heard, "Sir, excuse me, this unit is already occupied." The creature actually paused. It tilted its horrifying head. Seriously, it growled, its voice like grinding stones. Yes, the ghost said, puffing out his chest. As per the interspectral accord, Section 4, Paragraph B. This is my designated haunting slot. The creature just stood there for a second, then let out a sigh that sounded like a collapsing building. Fine, whatever, I'll come back tomorrow. And just like that, it dissolved back into the shadows and vanished. Silence. The lights flickered back on. I collapsed onto my bed, my legs giving out from under me. The ghost wiped invisible sweat from his forehead. See, conflict resolution. I stared at him, my heart still racing. You saved me. Yeah, well, he shrugged, trying to act cool. Union rules, no double haunting. It's a paperwork nightmare. He unplugged himself from the wall, the buzzing sound stopping. He started to float toward the door. Wait, I called out. Are you going to keep haunting me? He paused and thought for a moment. Nah, you scream way too much. It's really distracting. But I will say this, he floated closer, leaning in conspiratorially. Your fridge is making that humming noise. That's not ghosts. You should get that checked out. And with that, he vanished. A second later, the fridge stopped humming. The microwave beeped one last time, a sort of final farewell. I moved out the very next day. I packed my bags and I was gone. But sometimes late at night, usually around 3 a.m., my phone will vibrate. It's always a notification from an unknown contact, and the message is always the same. You up. Wrong house again. I never ever reply. Thanks for listening to my story. If you liked it, make sure to follow for more. See you next time.